Hey, bitches. So, this is actually going to be a pretty short video, I think, in this installment. Dare I say, a complete 180 compared to the decks that I've already discussed. Because the decks that I've already discussed were mostly, apart from the Cheryl Lee Harnish one, but the Marielle and the Star Tarot were mostly very highbrow, um, deep dark, no, deep esoteric decks. And this is an Oracle deck that's actually, like, if we're being very honest, is actually pretty bad. It's not too deep. Stacey DeMarco is probably, like one of the more basic Oracle deck authors. Um, I really wish, like, that whole crew, even though there are some good Oracle deck, like, authors in there, but the Stacy's, Alana's, Lucy's, Colette's, even Kyle's, maybe. I kind of wish that there would be they would step down and the big publishers would allow for a wave of new, fresh talent. Because this deck is like an older Stacey DeMarco deck back when she was still with Blue Angel, and this was already still kind of stale back then. Why is this still one of my all-time favorites, the Gods and Titans? Because it's the only one of its kind. I remember he's not as prevalent on Instagram anymore as he was, but way back when I started my tarot Instagram, I started following Fenway Tarot, and he would have, he would kind of specialize in masculine and or gay decks. Let's see if I can zoom us in a little bit. That would be nice. Yes, very good. So he would be kind of specializing in that. And so I saw this deck with all these gods on his feet, and I was like, I only saw one card, and it was the Thor card, and I asked him, what deck is that? And he said, it's the Gods and Titans Oracle. And this is when I was still discovering, and it was such an interesting time, because I didn't even know I could order things from, let's say, Book Depository. Like, that was completely new to me. And so I basically thought that every deck I couldn't find at the local metaphysical stores must be like this really expensive indie deck, because usually it was. But this was mass market. And, it's a very tiny little deck. It's 38 cards. It's not the most amazing, but this is that Thor card, dang. But it does the trick. It has, really basic keywords as well. Like, honestly, guys, this is not like, but it has my heart, because there is no other Oracle deck that focuses on the divine masculine and that has all these sexy, hunky gods. A lot of people don't like Jimmy Manton's art style because it's too body beautiful, and I don't care. I love looking at men that have beautiful bodies, and I also see beauty in other types of bodies, but I do like looking at this, and I really think that we should stop whining about an artist and the way they create. And I love this, and and there's some weird gods in here, like this one. I feel like this is one of the Southern American gods, and I don't really have a connection with him. Same with this one, don't have a connection with him either. But there's a lot of really cool gods in here that I actually do like. I have tried. Maybe I should try again. I think I might, even if it's just for me. Lately, I've been making decks purely for me again, and just, ordering them off Make Playing Cards, and that's been a lot of fun. I have a shit ton of decks that y'all haven't even seen, that are never gonna be for your eyes, that are just for my eyes and my personal practice only. And I'm thinking about maybe doing a god deck for myself, you know, drawn in my style. And, you know, that's just gonna be, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I love this one too. I get this one a ton. But you know, like I said, there is nothing special about this deck. It is what it is. It's a deity deck with lots of gods in it, and they all look really hot, and it's just a feast for the eyes, and it's really superficial. And there's gonna be more decks like that in my forever decks. I love this deck. I can give really good readings with it. The fact that it only has one keyword, really, I really love that. Sometimes, you know, like I was watching a video by Sylvain that I have put up in my community post, where he literally was talking about how are we really using our intuition when we are oh, that's the coffee maker going off. We're getting lots of sounds here in this house. And there's a guy with a leaf blower outside. It's interesting. Yeah. But we're getting, he was talking it was a really rambly yet very informative and cool video where he was talking about, are we really using our intuition when we are just reading what's on the card? And I've been thinking about this for the longest time, right? And when we are just describing the imagery, or when we are just using a keyword that's on the card, for me, I feel like that is not using your intuition, that is using your mind. And there is nothing wrong with that. You can get great guidance from that. I love this one, by the way. How sexy is that? But there is this sort of, I don't know, this sort of like magic that can happen when seeing those deities and seeing those words kind of sparks something inside. And I don't know if that is intuition or if that is just association, which is fine as well. Not everything has to be magical all the time. This is another one where I'm like, who is that? I don't know that. Don't really like it either. But I have, by the way, I'm rambling now too. I have tried making a god deck, and I was always bitching about the lack of cards in here. It's really difficult to get over 38 cool gods with cool stories. I have found that, and this is so funny, right? Because we're living in a patriarchy, blah, blah. But it's very much sort of oh, the boyfriend is coming home. Hi.
Hi.
So, but the stories of the goddesses are way more interesting and way more entertaining than the stories of most gods. Gods are boring. Like they do their task, then they rape a couple of women or men and turn them into swans, and then they go back up to Mount Olympus, so to speak. So I don't know, it is kind of difficult, but I probably am gonna try it. And you know, who cares if it's only 30 cards, if it's just gonna be for me, you know? I am gonna try to put my own spin on it. But I do also wanna show some more lowbrow yet fun examples of decks that, you know, are not the most amazing, but that still, you know, for some reason or another, will stay with me forever, that I will never get rid of. And for this one, it's just for the simple reason that there's nothing like it out there. This is the only thing that was specifically made for me. When I saw this, I felt like this was made for me. And, you know, not everything has to be made for me, but it does feel damn good when something like it exists. So as much as I'm not impressed by Stacey DeMarco's writing, as much as I am very impressed by Jimmy Manton's artwork. I love this, and there's also like a feminine counterpart, and you can kind of mix them. Check this out, it's fun. You know, it's fun, easy breezy, cover girl. And on that note, I want to say bye.